at the racetrack, and this will sound really weird, but Izzy and Kaylynn are playing with my rear end. We have parts strewn out everywhere. Got Robert busy, got Izzy busy, and they even had me busy. So it is a big old rear end. So this is essentially the center section of a Chrisman rear end, and we have it all disassembled at the moment for good reason. Kaylynn, what are we doing?
So during and after the run, Q3, we ended up breaking the snout off of the pinion here. I think the piece is hanging out over yonder. Yep. So this is normally on here. When it goes into the case, there's a cage and a set of needle bearings that keeps the pinion centered in the rear end. This broke off. This had no way to center in the rear end, and therefore ended up smoking both the small and the big pinion bearing, along with our spacer that we use to set preload with, out. Clay felt it. He almost told us that we had a problem with the rear end, and when we got back and did our regular Saturday night service, when we went to drain the oil, the proof was in the pudding. So we're taking it apart now, and we're gonna get another gear set prepped and ready to go.
So this is a 320 ring and pinion gear, and y'all can see it is huge. What are these things? A 12-inch rear ring and pinion gear?
Yep, 320 gear set.
Yep, 320, and they're huge.
Yeah,
I mean,
massive.
look, that thing is huge, making my muscles jump there.
Yeah.
But this little piece, you talked to Crispin, and he said this like rarely happens. Is that correct?
It's happened half a dozen times in the 20 years he's been building and selling rear ends. So I guess we're just the lucky ones this time.
Yeah.
It's
So
crazy.
after that run, I told them, I said, either the clutch welded up really funny or we broke the rear end, and I wasn't sure because I have felt a lot of things in these cars, and I'm like, something weird happened, and so I kind of said both. And then we found out later, it was broke. How many runs was on this ring and pinion?
56.
56.
So we got our money's worth. I mean, yeah, we're pretty happy with it, but we're gonna put another set in there and get another 50 runs out of it.
So I say this every now and then, and you may tell me different. Other than the chassis, the ring and pinion gear or the rear end in these cars probably lasts longer than anything on the car.
Yeah, I mean, if I think of any run counts on anything else, like hardware and bolts and stuff, I mean, most stuff's under 20 runs, if not under 15 runs.
Yeah.
So.
And we got 56 runs out of this ring and pinion gear, so that's pretty impressive. We did kind of like put a little groove in the spool there, so that is the spool. A lot of people, you know, they weld up their rear ends to give them posse traction. This makes us have a direct drive all the time. And a big solid axle, which I think we got the axle put up right now. But
yeah, no need for it today.
Yeah. So these are the hubs. The wheels actually attach here. The carbon brakes. And Kaylynn and Izzy actually went to Chrisman's last year and kind of got a lesson how to put these things together.
Yeah, from the manufacturer. It's really cool. Steve Chrisman's got, I mean, he was great support for us and spent a whole day with us. We were there for probably 8 hours and wrote 1.5 million notes, so we're ready to go.
I broke my big old rear end. How about that? Big old butt. Here's something a little different. So here is the race car in the top of the trailer. The back door is coming down as we speak. So we are currently in the top of the race trailer. And we had a question recently about Blaine checking the chassis so much. And someone said, you know, we should use a rubber bladder under the chassis. So I just thought I would give a quick explanation of how the car goes down the racetrack, or how the car is checked and why we check it so often, and how it's tied down in the top of the trailer. So let's just start at the front. So pretty simple. It's tied right there to keep the car. It's tied there. That is simply to keep the car from moving back and forth. And man, I wish I could remember the commenter's name, Nitro something or other. So that is a rubber bladder that we air up and it goes under a crossbar in the center of the chassis. So let's move back a little further. Basically, right here is the center of the foot box. There is another rubber bladder right there under the center of where I sit. We call that the foot box. And if we move further back, we'll go on back here a little bit. So right here, you can see we have a big strap, goes up over the bell housing and around. And under here, let's bend down a little bit, we have a metal box that is attached to where we hook the Pro Jacks up. The Pro Jacks being what we use to hold the car up in the pit area. So that is pinned in right to the chassis, sitting on the floor. And from there, we let the air out of the tires. So this car is sitting in the top of this trailer, connected to the floor there, rubber bladder, strapped at the front, strapped here to keep it from moving back and forth. So what we want to happen is this car to be completely attached to the floor of the trailer. That way the car can't bounce separately from the floor going up and down the road. So these cars are 300-inch wheelbase, super flexible in the front. And whoever was asking, I wish I could remember your name, how come we don't have rubber bladders in it? We have two. And we connect the car directly to the floor there, connected at the front, let the air out of the tires. If the trailer moves, we want the car to move, not separately. Like if this was the floor and this is the car, we don't want it doing that. So driving down the road is way worse on the car than going down the racetrack. So we check the chassis when we get home. We check the chassis when we get to the racetrack. We check the chassis after a couple qualifying runs. These things take a beating, but they take the biggest beating going down the road. And there is how we tie the car going down the road. This thing is, she's a big old go-kart that's really flexible that we do not want to break. So there it is. That's how we haul the car going down the road. All right, y'all, that's going to put a wrap on my big broke rear end and also how we tie the car down in the top of the trailer. Don't forget, doing those giveaways every time we hit 1,000. We're coming up on 41,000 now. We're headed to 50. Hope you guys like watching this. Definitely appreciate every comment. And remember, if you want to have a chance to win something cool that we're going to give away, you gotta subscribe. Turn on those bells. Do all those things you're supposed to do on YouTube. At any rate, I do love the comments. Love everything about what's going on here. We're having fun. I hope you are too. We will see you in the next one.